So I didn't get anything done yesterday whatsoever. I had a headache almost all day, and I'm gonna run down. I'm gonna get some more navel jelly, which is basically muriatic acid. Muriatic. It's spelled muriatic, but I think it's pronounced muriatic acid, which is like just diluted hydrochloric acid, but it's in gel form to deal with the rust underneath, like around where the gas tank is. You probably saw it in the last video when I was fixing that fuel line. Anyways, need to get some of that, and I still don't know. I'm gonna have to lower the tank for sure, and then see what I can attack with like a sander. I did finally find my little, I don't know if it's called a finger sander. It's a belt sander, but the belt is only like half an inch wide or something. And I think I could probably reach up in there pretty good with that. That's my plan anyways. And just get it off, and then hit it with the navel jelly, and then get that off, and then hit it with the rust reformer, and then hit it with the undercoating. So a lot of steps to doing that, but that's, I think, how I'm going to tackle it. So I was actually wrong about the navel jelly being muriatic acid. This is what it really is. Hey Google, what is the active ingredient in navel jelly?
According to MFA Cameo database, Museum of Fine Arts, Boston, navel jelly contains water, 65 to 70%, phosphoric acid, 25 to 30%, and sulfuric acid, 1 to 3%, in a gel matrix composed of a thixotropic polysaccharide, 1 to 3% isopropanol, 1 to 3% surfactant,
Anyway,
1 to 3%, and
yeah, it's that, not what I said. They don't have it. They don't even have evaporust. They don't have anything here. Look what I found. I found some other stuff that I was going to get if Ace Hardware didn't have the navel jelly. And it was also a spray gel, but I think it only contained like one type of acid. I don't know. It was more expensive. I just trust the navel jelly because I think it said on there it's been around since 1966, and it's got a funny name, and it works, and I like it. But I'll put a link in the description, so if you guys are treating rust, you can do that. It's probably one of the cheapest ways to treat rust. I think I got lucky because this one that I have on the left that's pretty much empty, they were charging $7.50 for, and the big one they were charging $9.99 for. And online, the big ones are like $20. I don't know what the smaller ones are, but I think they had their pricing wrong because Ace Hardware is normally like a good 30% more expensive than everywhere else. So you guys won't be able to get it that cheap probably, but I'll put a link on it because it is good stuff. So scratch what I said before, probably 20 bucks for the big huge one, and then I don't know what for the little one. I could have sworn I just did a video like a day or two ago and gas was $3 a gallon. Now it's $3.50 a gallon. Or $3.60 actually. $3.50 is if you have that special card. So it's gone up 60 cents in like 2 or 3 days. Okay, so I'm gonna kill the motor and hopefully not lock up the steering. Okay, now I'm turning. Hear that? Anyway, that's the noise I was talking about. It's not terrible yet, but I don't know. It seems like every month or so I have to kind of squirt some schmutz in there and then it immediately goes away. Okay, I'll just kind of let it roll backwards and I'll turn the wheel. Yeah, so that's the noise I'm talking about. So this is what I was talking about the other night, guys. Whoa! I don't want to lose it in there. But yeah, it's not tight anymore. So maybe once I get the wheel off, I will tighten it down. So I got lucky. You guys saw in the last video how I undercoated this inner fender well. And I thought this back one was going to be a lot of work, but I guess I must have done both of the ones. There's dirt, obviously. Tiny bit of rust right there. But overall, this is going to be super easy and not that much work. I thought I had a lot of work ahead of me to just do this inner fender well. But I do also want to paint this like a flat black. I believe that's what it is on the other side. Let's see. Yeah. It's hard to tell, but yeah, it's a flat black. And then I got the lug nuts painted, so. But I just wanted to match the other side. And then I will probably drop this down another, a few inches and start tackling the rust that's in there. That's going to be hard to get to. That I might be able to hit with a wire brush, but alrighty. Why is that a Nissan symbol? Oh, because I'll show you. It seems like so many car problems have been happening lately. Let me see here. Oh, it's hot. They just drove it. Where's the... Whew, very hot. Oh, where is it? I just told her it was going to be really easy to change. They got a new O2 sensor because this thing's been having a code for like the last year. It's right there. So that shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. So they ordered this and it just now showed up in the mail. So, and the car just started acting funny the other day. It didn't, like pushing the gas, it didn't want to go. But up till now, for like almost a year, it's been no symptoms other than the check engine code. So probably let it cool off a little bit and screw with the Samurai. But first, I'm going to see if I can get the stuff out of the way so I can change this O2 sensor real quick. Okay, so, alright. So that's it right there. And I don't have the actual tool with the slot in it, so, I might take off this heat shield. I think that'll make it easier. It looks like a couple 10 millimeters. Really? Oh, that rivet is metal. Oh! Ooh, maybe. Yeah, that's metal. Okay. Alright. Alright, sorry about that. I had a phone call. My buddy Hector had some cameras go out at their office. Okay, cool. So now I have all the room in the world to reach that. So this should not be too bad. Oh, I just jinxed it, didn't I? What is that? It's kind of weird looking, isn't it? Shiny metal. Huh, okay. Let me go grab the O2 sensor. So both of my big... Oh, it does work slightly now. Both of these crescent wrenches, adjustable wrenches, you guys call them, neither of them wanted to work. But this one's working now, so I think I'm going to try that. Alright. That's probably going to smoke like a sumbitch when it fires up for the first time. But I'm going to let that work for a few minutes. Probably start scraping on the Samurai. These are on there tight usually. Guess I should soak this in some schmutz too and let it kind of start to work. Only thing is everything dries so damn fast here. It'll be dry in 30 seconds. Let's see. That's kind of working. Yeah, this is what I need to paint flat black. So gotta get it real clean. Anyway, I won't bore you. It's regular speed.
Alright, let's see. It's gonna bend that. I might have to take this damn heat shield off. Maybe I can get that on there enough to break it loose. Did that break loose? Oh, of course not. Oh, did it? Feels like it's turning. Is it just the wrench? Oh, sure. Oh no, it's loose. Wow. Sorry, my fat fingers are getting in the way. Well, that was pretty easy. Whoa, that was pretty easy, huh? Probably should put some anti-seize on there, I would imagine, just like a spark plug. It looks pretty white, doesn't it? To me, that looks pretty lean. Okay, there's the comparison. I'm just gonna put a little bit of schmutzy on there. Yeah, let's check the depth. That should be good. I mean, they look a little different, but both have 4 wires. So, all right, I'm gonna throw this one in. See if all the problems go away. Thought it was going to be easy, but there we go. Okay. All right, it should be in there tight. I'm just going to plug this back in, and we should be good if it plugs in. She's not wanting to plug in. Why don't you plug in? Ruh-roh. Do you guys see the problem? I do. See where the little tab is on the side? There's more of a curve before that than on this one. Unreal. That sucks. I have to cut those tabs off. I knew they had ordered 2, and he said that I thought they were the same, but this is the second brand new one, and this is the OEM one. And on this one, it actually looks closer, but it still looks a little bit off. It almost looks like these slots are too far that way, and on the other one, they're too far that way. I'll try one more time to put this one in. If I can get this one in, then I'll just switch them. But if not, if they won't go, I don't know. I'll ask him what he wants to do. I don't know if he wants to cut the little slots. It'll still click in place once it slides in there far enough, you know, because of this tab. But dang, that sucks. Alright, so I talked to Bo, and first had to figure out, because it came with 2 and they're different, had to figure out which one was the front or the upstream. And then because the plugs were slightly different, I cut the rails off on the side. And I know some of you guys are going to freak out about that, but it should still click in because of this tab, so I wasn't super worried about that. So it goes into there, and then if I push the tab, so it clicks in. So I think we're golden there. Alright, that should be it. So I'm going to fire it up. So I guess I should clear that and then see if it comes back on. Okay. Clear it. Cool. Well, I guess if fire it up. Let me unplug that. Alright, well, I'll report back once there's some miles on this thing. I still got some stuff to work on, but I'm going to go ahead and put some of this down so it has time to work. It's a nice pink color. I guess in the instructions it says you don't want to let it dry out, so that's going to be fun. You can see it like turns white like the second it touches rust. And the other one was like a rust restore, and it said to sand off the majority of the rust. It said, but it won't work unless there's some rust left. So that's kind of interesting. And then you wash this stuff off with water. I guess it neutralizes the acid, I don't know. But I'm gonna put it on thick because I got plenty of it. I'm just gonna put it even in spots where I don't even know if there's rust, but it's questionable. Just cover all this. That doesn't have, I know there might be a little tiny bit there, but I don't think there's any on there. Nah, because it would have turned white. Let's douse this whole feller in it. Just to play it safe. I remember the first time I ever used this stuff, I was out in the desert with my dad and his cousin. So I guess my dad's cousin. And I found a Nighthawk 357 revolver on the ground. And it had been there for years. And it was full of bullets, had hollow points in it. And I was going to try to kind of restore it and at least get it to where, because you couldn't rotate the cylinder, the cylinder with all the 6 bullets in it. Normally you can rotate those, and that wouldn't rotate, so I think that was before internet maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I got a hold of some of this stuff, and it was amazing how good it worked on the rust, but it was just too far gone. I never could get that cylinder to move, and then I ended up giving it to a coworker because his grandpa was like a gunsmith, and never saw it again. My dad was thinking it just fell off a cowboy, like a horse or something out there, because it was literally in the middle of the desert. Like, how does that just end up right there? So, oh, did I just drip on that? That would suck. Anyway, guys, I'll probably stop the recording now and finish this up, and then I'll get back to it in a little bit. Well, there goes the sun. And while I'm waiting for that rust reformer to dry, I figured I would lube up this steering shaft. Put this on the tripod here. So it is right there. And I tried looking at it from the inside of the vehicle, and I thought maybe I could lube it from in there, but I can't. So I guess I'm just going to try to put some rags down here and be real careful. Not to splatter stuff everywhere. where I need to get it. Just in there. Let me turn the wheel and see what happens. Oh, gotta put the key in. Is that gonna knock me off the jack stand, by the way? Yeah, it did kind of start to lift that side up, so I only did a little bit. It's getting all over the paint. Dang it. Okay, I think we're good for another couple months. And man, that stuff's splattered everywhere. Great. And then guys, last night I ordered a new carburetor for this. I ordered one of those 3K carburetors. I did a little bit of research on it. The only thing I ordered was the carburetor itself, and then I also ordered a choke cable, because when you order the carburetor, it's really bare bones. It doesn't even come with any gaskets or anything. So I'm gonna wait till I get it and then see what I'm gonna need. Like in here, there's a company called Certified Machine, and they do a whole kit for changing your Samurai carburetor to the 3K, and it includes everything, and it's just expensive. I mean, not expensive, it's basically $355. And if you break that down, the carburetor is about $200 and the kit is $155. And so what they're doing is they're taking a Chinese, from what I read anyway, don't quote me on this, but it sounds like what they do is they take the same Chinese carburetor that I ordered and they buy them in bulk, and they go through them, check them for quality control, and they say they throw out, or they put on a shelf, like 45% of them. So they pick the good ones out and then they tune it for you, and they actually have a Samurai that they throw it on and drive it before they ship it to you. And then it comes with everything, fuel lines, all the little hose block off things. They give you a really cool EGR block off plate, the thermal spacer. They give you a little spacer up here so you can throw your stock air intake manifold thing on. I'm gonna have to just use this, and I'll make something on the bottom. I'm gonna probably have to fabricate a few things, but I knew that going into it. But I'm paying I think it was $58, and then the choke thing was like 10 or 12, I think. I can't remember, but anyway. And then I'll have to tune it myself and hope to God that they sent me a decent one, because you are taking your chances getting one of those, because I guess they all come from China. So you're a lot better off if you're willing to spend $355, which really isn't that much for a carburetor kit. I mean, that's cheap. But I think it's probably still cheaper than one of these Webers, but these Webers are designed for a little bit bigger engine, and I've just had enough problems to where I'm willing to try something else. But anyway, that should be here in a few days, and then I'll make a video out of that. Well, I guess it stinks really bad in the house, so I'm gonna save all that part for another day. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the wheel back on and get cleaned up here. Well, I guess he doesn't want to play Hey guys, it's the next day, and I got a package in the mail, so I'm kind of excited. You know, they don't do nothing if not quality wrapping to protect what's inside, all the way from the other side of the world. So let's cut her open and see what's in there. All right. I think I know what that is. That's kind of nothing automotive related, but solder. You guys are gonna like these. At least I like these. Alright. See what we got in here. It feels kind of heavy. Oh, my little lock picking set. Whoops, hit the tripod. Yeah. So I can change careers and become either a locksmith or a criminal if I want to. I'll play with that later on, but got all kinds of lock picking stuff. You guys know World War III is coming soon. It's a handy thing to have. So anyway, this thing might be kind of cool. It's like a generic power probe deal. So we'll test that out. Might be able to test that out with these. And I actually have another video where I bought this, and it was so freaking awesome. It was so cool. I hope it's the same one. It does look like it. Wait till I show you guys these. They're so cool. I don't know if I can put it on the Samurai, but I might. And these, I already have some of these, but the ones that I have are complete junk. And the ones I got melted, like the outside melts before the solder actually melts. So you can just like pull them right apart. And there's not as many of these, and that's kind of worthless. I guess that's heat shrink. I'll probably throw all that away, because what the hell am I going to use heat shrink that small for? But anyway, I just want to test them out and see the one that I clicked on. The guy actually did a demonstration. He heated it up and then he like yanked on the wire, and it was really cheap. So I was like, well, if it actually does work, then it's worth however many dollars I paid for it. I don't remember. And when I went to buy all this stuff, I ended up basically paying for it with like credit card points. Alright, I grabbed a battery. Let me show you guys how cool these are. I have a video somewhere. Okay, so if we ground one side, I was actually going to use the tester to complete the circuit, but I'll just show you guys how cool this is first. It looks really neat under a hood. And that's like when you fire it up. This battery's probably almost dead, but we're supposed to be using the battery. And then you're supposed to be able to, yeah, so you can use it, power stuff up to apply either a power or a ground. So let me get on the other side here. Okay, so I'm gonna push the button. It's kind of handy. I've never had one all these years working on 12 volt stuff. Never had a power probe. And not that this is a good one or anything, but it'll work. It looks like you can kind of use this thing to test polarity. So there's no light, and if you touch positive, you get a red, negative, you get a green. I have an SST, which plugs into a cigarette lighter. It's got a pokey deal, and you poke it on wires, like when you're trying to figure out alarm stuff. So that's actually really handy. This thing has a long cord on it, so I guess you just probably hook it straight to the battery in most cases. And yeah, pretty cool. And then, like I said, you can apply either a power or ground. So anyway, I'm sure I'll use it in one of the videos. Okay, well, it's basically like we never stopped working last night, right? Except it's facing the other direction in the garage. So this stuff goes on brown, and it really smells like asphalt or tar. But then once it dries, it's black. That really freaked me out the first time. Like, I don't want brown undercoating, but it's not. So it was, I guess the whole house was stinking last night. And Bo went in the backyard and said even the backyard stunk. I guess from all the chemicals I was using. And I was just using, I think it's, I don't know what, it smells really bad. I guess combined they're pretty powerful. I'll have to grab a new can here in a minute. This stuff comes out with the Fury. Put some tape or something on that. Wish you guys could smell this. Pretty strong stuff. And I accidentally got undercoating on my fuel filter, so probably rub some alcohol on that. Done. I just wiped this down with some alcohol. There's some spots where I imagine this part was on the bottom last night because it didn't get very good. I'm using this high heat stuff because obviously that's a brake drum. And then on the outer part here, I just used the Rust-Oleum. But I'm just gonna hit it again. And that lug nut that was loose yesterday, from tightening the lugs down, it sucked it back out, and it's good now. Didn't have any issues picking it off. So. I think the part you can see is only about just right around these lugs, so that part needs to look good. Okay, got a new can of this stuff. And it has no freaking nozzle on it. Dang it. Just had to go dumpster diving, so that's cool. Whoa! You guys see how that comes out? It's pretty crazy. A little sketch. I need to get inside here, but anyway, I'll give you guys a time lapse. Well, it's saying we're gonna have rain in like less than an hour, so unfortunately, I'm going to throw this thing back together because I'm not going to let what happened the last time happen again. Alright, I'm cleaned up. Let's move on to some fun stuff. Alright, here comes the fun part. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, I can already tell because it's not centered, it doesn't look right. So. But if it was centered, then it would look kind of cool. And if I had the right side facing you, you wouldn't see individual LEDs, you would just see a light. Anyway, I didn't really know where to put it. Oh, I dropped it with it still on. I didn't really know where to put it. I broke the one I bought for the Jeep trying to get over those curved headlights. This is too close. I could run it right across here like Knight Rider. I'll probably do that now. Okay, ready, go. I think on my Jeep video I had a sound effect and it was like I'll try to do that again on this video probably. Let me turn the lights off. Okay, ready? Or not. Ignore the stuff on the left. I have that taped off so it's not supposed to be visible because it's like a 60-inch strip. But wouldn't that be cool if, like, when you went to like disarm your alarm, it did that as you're walking up to it, just deet deet, and then it. I just think it's the coolest thing ever. All right, here we go. So the thing is about this is it would be like that all the time. So the only time you'd see the cool part is it just depends what you hook it up to. You could hook it up to your running lights, or you could just put a switch. That's probably what I would want to do. It doesn't make sense to put an alarm on this thing, or I would definitely hook it to the alarm. You could even hook it to like a extra channel on the alarm or something, but if I did have an alarm, I'd probably hook it to the unlock, so when you hit it, it would beep beep, and it would do that. I don't know, I have a switch. I could rig it all up. It's a lot of work, but I could do that. Alright, I'm gonna open this back up. So what do you guys think of that? Just think it's just totally nerdy, or do you guys actually like it? Okay, so this one might be even worse. It's like catching on fire. At least this one didn't catch on fire. Yeah, it's still not really melting the damn solder, I don't think. Jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say 2 thumbs down on this one. Like, it still doesn't look like any of the solder is melted. That's my problem with these things. Oh, did that actually? Looks like on the right side it might have turned into solder. I just would expect the whole thing to become liquid, you know? But I don't know. Well, there you go. Don't cheap out on these things. Buy the expensive ones. And that probably goes for most things in life. Not all. Expensiver doesn't always mean better, but usually it does. Alrighty guys, I know I'm probably going to have to edit some of that out just to make room for everything in this video, but yeah, it'll be out tomorrow hopefully, which would be Wednesday. And I will try to have another one for you here, maybe Friday or Saturday. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching as always. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.